A simple one click on Google and you will know the whole story. It's all out there.
Yeah.
It is what has happened in the world. So you can't deny it beyond a point.
Yeah, but unfortunately there's still backlash. Like a lot of films, not
So
just
for the
this
backlash,
one.
I think, I don't know whether this has become a habit of the whole
Yeah.
country and the world. Oppose something without even watching or reading.
Yeah.
That's so mindless. Those who are opposing and those who are being opposed, they are all here.
Yeah.
Wait for the film, watch it, and then do it.
Hi Pratik, welcome to the Quint. It's always such a pleasure to talk to you, and all the films that you do, you make such interesting choices. What are the few things when you read a script and you read and you're like, okay, this is something I'm not going to do?
So if it is not exciting me enough
Okay.
as an audience, because
Okay.
whenever I read the script, I just read a story. If the story isn't exciting, intriguing, if the story, if it becomes a page turner. The second part that, while reading only it comes to your mind is the character's graph. And the emotional graph of the character.
A kind of character you would never portray on screen. Is there something that you would never do?
If I know that it is, the film is being made with certain agenda in mind, then I don't want to be associated with it.
Nice.
Because the story is already tweaked. It is not the honest story. And that doesn't work. It just doesn't land for me as a person and as an audience.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't judge my characters with my moral standards.
They're two different people. One is a celebrity and one is a
My
person.
job is to create the character.
Yes.
And that character can be sometimes negative, sometimes grey, sometimes absolutely positive, sometimes motivational,
Yeah.
sometimes something that you don't want to do ever in your life.
Yeah.
But still is a character and it has a story. So I can be Ram also and I can be Ravan also.
Yeah.
That's how, I see myself as an actor.
And that's exciting and challenging too, right? To be able to do all shades. Like you said, it should be exciting, it should be motivating. And I'm thinking Phule is one of those films. Also the subject of the film, it's such an important story to tell even today, still as relevant, right?
Relevant. Or even more.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you feel the audience will take away, especially when we talk about themes like inequality and caste in today's times?
I think the biggest takeaway from the film is that the fight they started has still not ended. So just be courageous enough to ask questions wherever you feel it's not right.
Yeah.
Because as a society, largely, somewhere we are losing this asking question attitude. Either we give in and we hide our fears under pseudo-intellectuality, and that's it. And I guess somewhere we have given up that, okay, now this is going to be like this only. That's the biggest comment that the film is making, without trying to make it though. And the fight is still on. These things are still there. It has just changed its route. So I'm saying, if we take the analogy of a virus, the virus is still active. It just mutated and changed the, strain.
When I was speaking with Anand sir, he says, he told me that I really hope what this film does is really inspires the generation today to say the kind of fight they put up back then. We don't see people doing it today.
Right.
It's like you said, it's become dormant. हमने मतलब कि accept कर लिया कि ऐसे ही है
यार. I better live my life.
Yeah. Let's hope that the film kind of impacts and inspires people to bring about the change,
Yes.
right? How has the story impacted you personally, Pratik?
In the same way, I keep asking this question to myself. Do I have enough courage to call out something that I don't, agree with, or that irritates me, or that I feel is not safe for the next generation?
Yeah.
Do I have enough courage? Is what's something that I constantly ask myself after the film.
There's so many outside factors that prevent us from even voicing our opinion today.
So that's something that prevents you is not courage then your fear. So if the fear takes over, the courage is already gone.
I just feel the society and the world we live in today, that fear is so ingrained in us because we've seen what happens to people who talk.
Yeah.
How do you get up and say something?
So that everybody is feeling the same world over, I guess.
CBFC has requested some cuts for the film. Do you think those cuts are going to impact the way you all set out to tell this story?
I don't know because I was not a part of the meeting and the process after that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the creative decisions which were taken after the cuts were proposed and the amendments were proposed will not harm the film much.
Yeah.
Because as storytellers, I'm sure they have other options to tell the same thing, and we've shot enough that we can cover it up without compromising the core of the film.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, so I think I just hope for it that it doesn't harm the film.
Pratik, when we set out to tell stories as important as this one, or something that's got, say, political reference, historical reference, there's always a slight fear that there could be backlash. So when you become a part of stories like this, is this something that is there at the back of your head?
No,
As
so-
an actor, does it stop you from saying yes to films like this?
If it is agenda driven, yes.
Okay.
I don't want to be a part of it.
Yes,
because
of
then
course.
it is already tilted. Then the motives are not clear. The moment I come to know that there is some agenda about the film or the storytelling, why are they making the film? The reason is not in something that I agree with, then I don't want to be a part of that. As far as these kind of stories and real truths and history is concerned, I don't take that pressure. If I know the people involved in it have the correct intention, then I think that's how it is. And all these things are there. A simple one click on Google and you will know the whole story.
Yeah.
It's all out there.
Yeah.
It is what has happened in the world. So you can't deny it beyond a point.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there's still backlash. Like a lot of films, not
So
just
for the
this
backlash,
one.
I think, I don't know whether this has become a habit of the whole
Yeah.
country and the world. Oppose something without even watching or reading.
Yeah.
That's so mindless. Those who are opposing and those who are being opposed, they are all here.
Yeah.
Wait for the film, watch it, and then do it.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of few days.
Yeah.
Watch the film so that you have better things to oppose.
Yeah.
You might have enough material to come up with. Here, it's so easy for me to actually negate your opposition because you have not watched the film, you don't know the context.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense. In fact, I would like to thank these people that they have already made the point of the film more relevant. That's the point of their fight.
Yeah.
Around 75 years ago.
Yeah.
They still proved the point.
Pratik, in a industry where you are today, there's a lot of importance given to the idea of perception and actor building perception, and I know you're not one of them. But do you believe as an actor that these perceptions that are created by actors, by the PR machineries, by managers, does it really translate to work?
I think even if it translates, it might translate once, maximum twice.
Yeah.
But ultimately, in a longer run, your work speaks.
Yeah.
So whatever I say will hold some value till you see my action. If my action also is in unison with what I said, then it will stay with you for a longer time, right?
Yeah.
So nobody is is that blind. People see, people hear. An audience is far more intelligent than what we are.
Yeah.
So I guess it's very simple. Yeah. Your work speaks volume.
On this, I have a thought that I keep telling everybody, that when there is a perception an actor creates, or when we get to know actors through social media, they're putting themselves out there when there are no releases, which is absolutely fine. And
that's okay if it comes to you naturally.
Yeah,
why not?
absolutely, right. But I really feel what takes an actor and how they stay in memory of generations are interviews like these where they speak, because I think that's when the audience knows who they are.
The real thought, the real person.
thought.
Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah. And all these things I can't just create and put on social media without any context. It doesn't make sense.
That's why Shah Rukh Khan is known through generations.
Very
because
true.
of what he even spoke 20 years back. People still watch. It's not a perception he created.
Yeah. Just be yourself.
Yeah. I think you're always yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.